Hey y'all, so here I am. I got one shade of the foundation that I ordered and one shade of the concealer that I ordered. I actually have two additional shades, one lighter, one darker, and another shade of the concealer coming. I'm hoping that I can use it for contour. So the shade that I have in the foundation is Buff, and I have Light 2 in the concealer. And I've got some friends coming over tonight, and so I'm just gonna slap this on my face like I normally would with liquid foundation and see how it goes. I've already moisturized my face and let that kind of soak in while I blow dry my hair and sweat, because it is summer here in South Louisiana and you can't blow dry your hair without sweating. So, good times, good times. Okay, so I really like the packaging. It feels nice and heavy as far as like the weight of the bottle. So I'm excited about that. I just ripped the box, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm really happy with the price point. It is 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for foundation, and the price is very comparable to what you would pay for, say, a foundation from Sephora or a department store or something like that. So I'm super happy. Actually, it's the exact same price as the foundation that I'm using right now. So I'm very, very happy with that. I use drugstore concealer right now, so this was a little steep for me, but again, it is comparable to Sephora department store prices. Just first impressions of the colors, just looking at them in the bottle, I'm happy. These look very close to what I would have picked if I was in a store and had the option to pick them. So, here we go, moment of truth. Like I said, my face just has moisturizer on it. I haven't tried any primer yet. I will try it with the Savvy primer that I have, just to see. I think that the primer is actually more applicable to a liquid format foundation than it was to a powder foundation, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm also going to work on a DIY setting spray. So I've got all kinds of things cooking. But anyway, let's just slap this on my face. So I'm just going to put a couple of squirts on my little palette here. It came out very easily on the first pump. Again, the shade looks like what I would pick for myself. And it looks very, it doesn't look super thick or creamy, which is good, in my opinion, for my skin type. So it's more of a, I would say more of a serum-y type foundation than a cream foundation. So I'm using a beauty sponge that's been dampened and wrung out, just like I normally would. This is my favorite method to apply foundation, and I have the Savvy one coming. So, okay, here we go. Grab my mirror here, and I'm just gonna start bouncing, just bouncing away. Okay. It looks like it's going to be a dewy finish foundation. The pictures that I've seen kind of look that way too. It is more sheer than the foundation that I'm currently using. Again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because you can, if you can build up the coverage without it looking cakey, then that's not a big deal. Sometimes a super thick pigmented foundation is harder to work with, because you can go over that line really, really easily and really, really quickly. So it's looking pretty so far. My rosacea has gotten a lot better since the last time y'all saw me, and but I still do have some redness. So that was 2 pumps. It's gone. And I definitely need some more. So let's do another like a pump and a half. See how that goes. But I like the color. I feel like the color is a really good match for me. It's buff. So I might not need to, I might be able to send the other 2 back, or sell them to a friend, or who needs those colors if they're sold out, or for samples or what have you. Because this looks like a really good match for me. It's just a matter of, for me, the coverage and the longevity. So I'm having friends over tonight, and I tend to get a little bit stressed and sweaty when I'm hosting. So tonight will be a nice trial of the foundation. Okay, so as you can see, I'm having to go over my redness a couple of times, but I purposely picked a warm shade foundation that is more yellow undertone to cancel out the redness. I think it did a really good job. It is pretty dewy, pretty dewy. So maybe a brush application would be better if you have oily skin and or if you don't want a dewy finish. I will do a test of that as well at some point. This is just me slapping makeup on my face really quick and telling y'all what I think right away. Okay, so I'm not displeased. I will say that. Not displeased. I like a dewy finish. Amy's saying the color looks great on me. Thank you. I think it's a great match. It's buff. So this is the, I guess it would be like maybe so there's porcelain and ivory, then buff, I think. So this would be equivalent to a warm one. That's my estimation of it. Okay, so I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad. It's a little dewy even for me. So Christine is asking, is this Savvy? Yes, it is Savvy. Savvy's liquid foundation. It is a little dewy for me. A little more dewy than even my dewy loving self will like. But I'm gonna leave it and let's see if it settles down. I'm gonna go into the concealer now. Okay, I got the light 2 again because my eye bags need help, and it looked a little more yellow, which will help. Caitlin is saying it is the third. Yeah, it is the third color. So I think like it's, they have like the first group and a cool, neutral, and a warm, and it would be porcelain, ivory, and buff would be the warm one. So porcelain is the cool one. Okay, so we're bouncing under eye. Let's see. And this is how I apply my concealer normally. I'm doing everything how I would normally do it, and then we'll assess and see if I have to change anything to get a more pleasing. Not today, but I will test other things. Jessica's saying concealer after. I have no clue. I do concealer after. You can do it first. The beauty gurus do it first, but I think I am older, and so I use a lighter hand with my concealer because of the crepiness, and I like to do it after and like blend it in to my foundation. Okay, Marie is saying she wore this to her mom's wedding in Texas, and I can't see the rest. I don't want it to go away, but I can't read the rest of it. It won't let me. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. She said it held up for her all night. Okay, great. I'm seeing a little. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look at my nose. It's getting a little in the crease of my nose there. So we're gonna try to work that out a little bit. Now it is lifting when I'm going back to try to fix it. It's lifting. So, and look, it came off my cheek too. And Lisa is saying you can do concealer after to brighten. Yeah, you can. Again, that's something that is problematic for me as an older person, using concealer in that way. So it works for you also, but not so much for me. Okay, so I'm just touching up because it lifted away. It might just need to set a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna go in real hard in my mirror here and check out my under eye area. It looks good. I'm not seeing it really settle anywhere. I find it to be, it is not a super heavy concealer as far as like the thickness of it. The texture of it feels very similar to the foundation. Christian is asking lifting. Yeah, like when I bounce my sponge back, it's coming off. It's lifting off my face. Ruby says no. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, but I'm not seeing it like settle in any of the lines under my eyes, so that's really good. Now, one thing that I do want to try, since I have a minute and I have people coming over and I don't want to look crazy and have my makeup fall off my face, is I want to try to set it I'm nervous about this because of what happened the last time I used this foundation. Again, I don't want to go into the whole thing again. I have a skin condition. It got to the point where this makeup did not cause it, but it aggravated my face. And so I had to stop using it. But I am going to use a little bit of Warm One. And I'm going to use Alejandro. If y'all remember, that's who this is. And I'm going to very lightly try to set the spots that I would normally set with a regular powder. So that would be, the sponge gives a lighter look. Yeah, that's pretty typical of most sponges. Will give you a lighter application. You'll get a heavier, more pigmented coverage with a brush, and I will test it out with a brush too. It's just, I'm doing everything the way I would normally do it for this one. Okay, so just very lightly, chin, nose, and under eye. And what I do is I pinch and then just kind of dab it. And then I go back in and I pinch and I dab it so as not to disturb. Okay, so now that I've set the powder on the areas where I normally would, it's looking really nice. I'm happy with it. And you could use that in whatever your hot spots are. You know, if your forehead, if you don't want your forehead to be shiny, go ahead and put some there. But my nose and my chin and my under eyes are always areas where I need to take care and tend to lose foundation pretty easily. So I want to go ahead and do that. Now I'm just going to apply a little bit of contour just to see how putting stuff over it works. I'm looking in my magnifying mirror here and it does not look like it's lifting up, which is good. The foundation is staying put and the contour is doing its job. It's blending as it should blend. Okay. I'm just checking. I'm getting already a line in my chin. I'm going to try to set it a little bit more, see if that helps. Make this awesome face. See if that helps. I don't typically get the gathering. I'm getting it more in my nose again. You can see. I don't typically get that with the liquid foundations that I use. This is attractive, but I'm gonna again try to get in that little crevice there with the powder and see if that helps. So far that's my only beef, is that it's gathering in places that normally that would happen after a few hours, and that it's happening after just a few minutes it's not exciting. Doesn't make me want to sing and dance about it, but otherwise it looks good. Okay, I can't find my highlighter. This is not good. I need some bling. Well, I guess I will use Diamond Veil, or the Diamond Dust, whatever it's called. It's been so long since I've used it, I forgot the name. So we'll just apply that as my highlight today. And see how that looks. Right on where the light hits on the cheekbone. Christina, I'm just using my regular contour. It's not savvy. I did all of the savvy stuff when I tried to use it as contour. It went warm on me. It went like orangey on me, so I couldn't use it as contour, unfortunately. Okay. Got a little bit of fuzz on my face and it won't go away. My goodness, that was crazy. Okay, so let's apply a little bit to the nosy nose and the cupid's bow. And okay, so I applied the powder to those spaces where it was kind of gathering, and it's gathering again. Super. Okay. We'll see how it does. Maybe it'll settle back down. I don't know. Okay. Let's put a little bit of blush. Other than, I'm happy with the coverage. I'm very happy with the color. I'm happy with the finish, and I was able to tone it down successfully for those of you who would want to, and add a little bit more coverage too by using the powder foundation over the top very, very lightly with Alejandro. So I'm very happy with all of those things. Not happy, I don't know if y'all can see it, not happy with that or that. So I've really never had that issue right off the bat with a foundation before. So I'm gonna look into that. Maybe if I put a little bit of primer there or something, that might help. I don't know. But otherwise, color is great. The finish is great. The coverage is great. It's so funny. I would have expected the concealer to do this, not the foundation. So yeah, Steph, I got the buff. Maybe when I get skinnier, I won't have that little crevice there and it won't be a problem. I don't know. But anyway, otherwise, I think it looks good. I think it looks good. I don't know. Let me bring y'all in a little bit more. I kind of wiped it away just now, but you see in the nose. Can you see it? This is such a flattering angle. Only on a makeup video can you do that, right? But yeah, so that has never happened. This has never happened. This happens after a few hours normally. And like I said, I would have expected the concealer to do that right off the bat, but not the foundation. So I'll play around with that a little bit more and see if there's anything that I can do about it. Because otherwise, I like it. I like it. I could see me using it. Now that it's sat a little bit. Wait, Christy says apply the powder leave-in sponge before you put the makeup on. Yeah. Thanks for that tip. Y'all can check out Christy's comment about something that she tried. I'm not looking to put powder underneath, especially since my skin had that weird reaction to it. I don't want that to be the first thing on my face. And again, liquid foundation is supposed to be super easy, right? It's supposed to be you slap it on your face and you walk out the door. And if I'm having to apply a bunch of layers, I'm not going to stick with it, unfortunately. So I'm going to see if there's something I can do. Just slap a little bit of primer on there to keep it from pooling there. We're going to play around more with this. There's definitely more pros than cons for me with this thing. So yeah. Otherwise, I'm happy. Other than the little chichitsies, I'm happy. I like it. I think it looks good. I like the finish. I like the coverage. Yeah, so we're gonna keep playing. I'm gonna apply it with a brush next time. I'm gonna try the primer next time. And I've got the other concealer coming, the darker one, so I'm hoping that that'll work like a liquid contour thing and that it doesn't go orange on me. So, oh yeah, other than that, I don't like that, but otherwise, those are my first thoughts. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go and hang out with my friends now, and I will report back on how it wore, and we'll keep playing and trying it all the ways. So somebody mentioned that the brush is amazing. I want to mention this. I'm not getting the brush, at least not right now, but I just wanted to mention this for those of you, because the last time I looked, even the brush was, did I get rid of it? Please don't tell me I got rid of it. The brush was out of stock. Oh no. Oh, here it is. Okay. This brush looks almost identical to the Savvy brush. It is an $8 e.l.f. brush. This is what I'm going to be testing it with. So if you can't get the Savvy brush, you have an option. Just so you know. Okay, I'm really going now. Thank y'all for hopping on with me. This was fun. It felt like old times. And I'm really glad that there were way more pros than cons with this. You know, and the thing about this is, like, not every foundation is going to work for everybody, every skin type, everybody's coverage needs, and all of those things. So hopefully this is the first of many liquid foundations that Savvy comes out with, and at some point everybody will have the type of foundation that that works for them. So so yeah, again, I'm way more pleased than I was expecting to be. So yay. Okay, I'm really going now. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in a few days when I get the rest of my stuff. Bye.